Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to tackle something pretty interesting. This idea. Does the fact that we can now create artificial intelligence, does that give us a new angle on, well, intelligent design in nature?
Absolutely. It's this fascinating crossroads, isn't it? Technology, philosophy, maybe even deeper questions.
Yeah, and we've got some material from a listener, which is great. It uses this digital persona, Dr. McCoy, to explore it.
Right. And what's cool is it kind of sidesteps the usual, creationism versus evolution debates.
Exactly. It focuses more on us as creators. What does our act of creating intelligence mean?
So our mission really is to unpack that.
Yeah.
What are the arguments? What is building AI? Maybe tell us about complexity and intelligence itself.
Okay, let's get into it. Where should we start?
Well, maybe just a quick refresher on intelligent design. The basic idea.
Good idea. So essentially, it's the theory that some features of the universe and life.
They show a complexity that seems, well, better explained by an intelligent cause.
Right. Rather than purely undirected processes, like, say, natural selection alone.
And yeah, we know it's controversial. Lots of debate there.
But this perspective we're looking at today, it's slightly different, isn't it?
It really is. It's not so much arguing against evolution directly.
It's more like, okay, we are now creating intelligent things. Let's think about what that implies.
Precisely. Think about it. This is a unique moment. Humanity as, well, architects of intelligence. In silicon, maybe, but still.
We're not just observers anymore.
No, we're actually doing it. Building systems.
And this is where it gets really thought-provoking, I think. We look at how we build AI.
The methods, the algorithms.
Yeah, systems that can spot patterns, solve problems, even show creativity, sort of.
And that gives us this new perspective, doesn't it? It makes you wonder.
Could the intelligence we see in nature, could that also point back to some kind of intentionality, or at least an intelligent starting point?
It's a powerful question. And it helps to distinguish, between the AI we have now and the sci-fi stuff.
Right. Narrow AI versus AGI.
Yeah, exactly. Most AI today is narrow. It's brilliant at specific tasks, chess, language, driving maybe.
Built on neural networks, trained on tons of data.
Right. Learning within set limits. But crucially, lacking what we call consciousness.
Unlike the hypothetical AGI, artificial general intelligence, that's the human-like conscious AI. Broad reasoning, still theoretical, mostly.
Very much so. And the source material brings up the Turing test here.
Ah, yes, the imitation game. Can a machine fool you into thinking it's human?
And it mentions some pretty striking research. UC San Diego, March 2025. GPT 4.5 supposedly fooling judges 73% of the time.
Wow, even outperforming humans in the test, apparently.
That sounds impressive. But, and this is a big but,
passing the test doesn't mean it's conscious.
exactly. It could just be incredibly sophisticated mimicry, a really good parrot. Doesn't mean it understands or feels.
And that ties into the insights from Dr. John Lennox that the article highlights.
Yes, Lennox makes a key distinction. He talks about human consciousness having both intelligence and this unified self-awareness.
A sense of
Right, which current AI, however intelligent in tasks, simply lacks. It doesn't have that integrated experience of being.
Lennox also pushes back on the idea of emergence, doesn't he? How it's sometimes used.
He does. He's critical of just saying complex things emerge without explaining the necessary conditions.
Like word processing software didn't just emerge from silicon and electricity.
Precisely. He argues that explanation often masks the required intentional input. Someone had to design it, code it, build the hardware. Intelligent agents were involved.
So for Lennox, that level of complexity usually points towards intelligent input, not just spontaneous generation.
And there's the parallel the article draws to intelligent design arguments. Complexity often seems to require, well, an agent.
It makes you think about catalysts, intelligent input. Are random processes enough?
That's the core question being posed. Is randomness sufficient to explain the intricate complexity we see, whether it's in our AI creations or in biological life itself?
Or does it need some kind of push, some intelligent direction?
So our own act of designing AI, even these narrow systems,
it becomes an analogy, a real-world example we can examine.
we see the planning, the intention, the goal-directed effort that goes into building AI.
And that experience makes us look at the universe and ask, could there be a similar intentionality behind its complexity?
Yeah, and the article uses that cathedral metaphor, which I thought was quite effective.
Oh, right, the bricks.
Yeah, just piling bricks randomly. You'll never get a cathedral.
You'll get a heap. No Gothic arches, no stained glass.
Those things require design, a plan, Skilled builders working intentionally. You know intelligence was involved when you see that structure.
And the suggestion is maybe the same applies to, say, self-aware intelligence or the complexity of a living cell.
Perhaps random processes alone are like just piling the bricks.
Yeah.
Maybe they fall short of explaining that kind of intricate functional complexity.
Hinting at the need for a builder, an intelligent source behind it all.
So, wrapping up the key takeaways from this deep dive, really.
It seems the central point is that creating AI gives us this novel perspective.
A new way to think about whether intelligence is, maybe, fundamental to the universe's design, not just a random outcome.
Maybe something beyond what pure chance can easily explain.
And just to reiterate, we've been exploring the ideas presented in the listener source material, using our AI creation as that analogy.
Right, mapping our experience as designers onto the bigger questions about nature.
Which leaves us, and you, with a pretty big thought to chew on.
Okay, lay it on us.
Well, if we need so much intention, so much design, to create even relatively simple, narrow AI,
What might that suggest about the origins of the vastly more complex intelligence and consciousness we find in nature and, well, in ourselves?
what further questions does that spark for you about intelligence, consciousness, and the universe itself? Something to ponder.